get them. Oh, there we go. The zebras.
Zebras, yeah, there's zebras.
There's clowns.
Hey, if you're just tuning in, you're cooking with the boys. Clowns, yeah, that's tropical. We're not talking tropical.
No, that's an actual, they call them that.
All right, we're not talking saltwater.
Clownfish eat.
Hey, Johnny!
Hey!
What are you up to?
Well, tonight we're doing onion soup gratinee.
Onion soup gratinee, if you didn't know.
Indeed. It involves onions.
Onions, and we have
Beef
those
broth.
there. Beef broth?
Yeah, beef broth. I ran a little short. I got a 1 can of beef broth left.
One
The rest
can.
froze down in the basement because look at the temperature outside there. Do you see that? It's 2 right now.
We're at about
Yeah,
2 degrees,
it's 2
folks.
degrees. 2 degrees. 2.1 to be exact.
Point.
But anyway, I got one can of beef broth left, and but I'm substituting with some bouillon cubes to make up
Some
for it.
bouillon cubes,
Yeah,
so you're
just
going to
to
make
make
up
sure.
a little broth
So
before
I'm making my own broth I'm adding to it.
That's fantastic.
So we start with the onions. Well, it's all about the onion. And that would be a gigantic Spanish onion.
Oh.
Some people call them giant yellows and whatnot. An onion has a skin, so go in from one end, sharp knife, of course. Don't go all the way through, but rip it back around that corner. See if that works. And then put that side down, go from the other end, push down on that, rip back the other way. Now you got a big canyon. One small slice and you pull the whole thing off. Game over. That's just the way that works. So we're making onion soup gratinee, so what we want to do is, you don't want your onions too gigantic.
Oh, no.
No. So you're going to go, the grain runs this way on an onion, go down one, and just go around. So you just go right down, right around. Simplicity. Equally as delicious as the last one. So we've got a lot of onions here because he's taking so many takes of this. So let's get started. Want to prep up. Get the pan warmed up. Bring that to about 6.
About 6, folks.
About 6. That's on an electric stove. And warm her right up. And don't even worry about oil, all that hoo-ha, because it's going to be all about the onions. So once the pan gets nice and hot, all your onions just fly in. Just let them go. A whole bunch of them. Perfectly sliced, ready to go. And let them sit. That's all you do. There comes the sugar. Forgot about that part. And it's so cold outside. It's minus 0.9, and check this out. The sugar is frozen on the windowsill. The sugar is frozen. Oh, you're kidding me. Sugar's frozen, but we'll get it going. And that was some. There's no exact measurement, but you want to coat everything. Here we go with a wooden spats from here on in. These are the greatest things in the world. Nothing but onions and sugar. Bust them up. Not that the guy that sliced them didn't do his job, but that's just the way it goes. Toss them around. And then we're going to sit back for a little bit and let them do that for a while. See, doesn't that sound good? There you go. And sit there and do this thing for a bit. Well, we're sauteing the onions with the sugar, But you have to do it slowly so that sugar doesn't burn.
Now, what kind of sugar is this?
That's frozen sugar.
Frozen
Which is
sugar.
very rare. Yeah, it was on the windowsill and it actually got some humidity into it.
Now, you're going to want to use a frozen sugar. If you can't see right here, if you can't tell by the frost on the windows, it's cold.
Alright, we got it nice and piping hot. Onions are flying. Can you hear that? Can you smell that? Yeah, beautiful. Alright, now you let the beef broth in. And like I said earlier,
What's in here now?
flour, because it's timely fashion.
Oh, so you're going to thicken it up a little
And the
bit.
bouillon cubes.
I think it
This
would
is
thicken
totally
itself
screwed up.
without
It's
the
totally
flour.
screwed up. The flour was supposed to go over the onions. So anyway, I doctored it up so it would at least come back to gratinee. It'll be great. So this is gonna have to sit at this point, simmer down probably 20 minutes on number 2 on a electric stove. Just a nice simmer with the cover on though. She's nice and hot. She'll sit. She'll be fine. We'll check back in 20 minutes. Third check. It did end up adding the flour a little later did not hurt anything at all. So what we're looking at here is, making a perfect onion gravy, which is onion soup. This is a baguette. 1 crouton per bowl. We're making 3 bowls tonight. That's why I got 3 croutons. And, some people can season them. You don't have to. It is what it is. It's doughy, and it's going to meet up with the salt in the soup, with the onion, and ultimately the cheese, which there's only one kind of cheese to use for this recipe, and we'll discuss that further. It's Gruyere. I'll give a hint. Gruyere. People pronounce it differently, but I call it Gruyere. And it's great cheese. And if we want to take a sneak preview, it's right here in this drawer. And in the special spot right here. All right. It's a very, very hard cheese, but it's the only cheese that you can put into a gratinee, this is being the gratin, that doesn't ball up. People put Swiss into it and it turns into this big stringy mess. Nonsense on this. This goes into the soup, part of it melts in with the soup, and part comes up with little bits, and it flavors it perfectly. Absolutely wonderful. And you'll see. You'll see the whole outcome of this. This is the finishing touch right here. Those 2 ingredients, the Gruyere and the croutons. And you don't have to season the croutons. It's just a piece of baguette, and it works. So that's been about 20 minutes on a simmer. Lowered it down to 3, but she's looking good in there. Now the thing is, because there's sugar involved, you gotta do the old make sure she doesn't stick to the bottom. So make sure things go around. Oh yeah, beautiful. Nothing stuck to the bottom. That's why you want to keep your heat low. So if you put that burner on like super hot, it's gonna make the sugar stick to the bottom. The sugar just has to wander around in there and melt with the sugar and the onions. And we've already got the flour going on in there. Now that is it, right there. That's the main structure. Look at this. Huh? That's the stuff right there. Now, the next thing we're gonna do with this is, turn that off. That's perfect. This is ladling time. See that? That nice thickness? Everything's perfect. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take what you want in the oven is what you're gonna use. So I'm making 3 bowls tonight. Perfection, all right? So what we have to do is ladle in this concoction into those. with the other ingredients, which is gray and big old unseasoned crouton, because you got plenty of salt and all that hoo-ha in there. So let's go. I'm going to choose this size. This one's a little much. That's a little much. I could probably do one, but I'm going to do 2 of these each. It's going to go right in, right in. Don't even mess around. So everything gets an equal measure, so go around. Don't try to do 2 in each. I want to make sure it's evened out. That's that corner cupboard there that catches me every time in the ladle. Right here, right here. And it really pisses me off. I hate it. I have to have that removed. See, it's going to do it again. Watch this. See that move? Going to come up and just even them out. But don't go too high, because these are the other ingredients to follow. So, that's about right. Or just put it in a mug and drink it.
Yeah, drink it. I want to drink something.
Muggy, doing
What?
shots?
Yeah.
Would
Of
you
onion.
mind- Would you mind me having one of your shots?
Sorry, it's all out.
Come on now. I saw where you grabbed it from. I think it was
all
right.
out.
I think. Dre, how many shots have you had out of this tonight?
7 or 9.
Okay. That's your last shot for the evening, sir. And then you excuse from the establishment.
All right, buddy, here's your shot.
No, you need some more over here. You got room. You got room in your pocket. Oh boy. Now that everything's ladled in, keep them in a pan underneath. Because here's the deal. Here come our toppings. First thing that has to happen is a nice crouton. Now you can season them if you want, but you really don't have to. This is a baguette, stale. Make sure it's stale. It's got to have that firm feel, and it's going to soak up. But thing is, it turns into a beautiful thing, because what we're going to do next is put the Gruyere, whatever people want to call it, and we're going to make an X over the top. It'll come up over the edge. It'll make a nice.
Johnny, that sounds great. You're gonna put the Gruyere on an X on the top. That's awesome.
That's
now,
what we're gonna do.
now I told you to break out the cheese. Now, where are the schnifters?
Oh, that be over there in the freezer.
Time for the.
It takes a crisscross on top of each one. At least that makes 6. You want 2 for each. Lay them over the crouton. Now, meanwhile, obviously, like I totally neglected to do, again, as your host, I forgot to preheat the oven. But it really doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt you that bad. This should be at about 400 degrees. So we'll go over here and we'll go to, I'm going to speed it up, go to convect, and then come over to 400, right on the noggin. That's going to be about a beer's worth of time. So we'll get right back at you shortly. Beer's worth of time. Yeah. So the thing is, until this light goes out for the preheat from a past mistake, so I can throw them in at the right temp, because you want 400 sharp. So when that light goes out, we'll get right back to you. Message from our sponsor.
We would like to thank the letter E.
That was the
and-
way to go, wasn't it? As I was saying,
So we're ready now,
Oh,
right?
the light is
the
off.
light has gone
the
off.
light is off. See, officially not on.
All right, so why don't we throw those on in?
Yeah,
It's
give
the
me a
time.
favor. Do me a favor here. Just open that old door there. Oh, yeah, there we go. That looks beautiful, doesn't it?
How long do we have?
I give that till they start smelling really good.
You heard it here, folks. That's our increment of time.
You hear it. You'll smell it. You'll feel it. Here we go again.
Hats off to you, sir. You've done a great
Really?
job.
Well, it's been my first day off in a while, and
It's
my
been
sleep.
great.
Out of my
And
sleep.
I got
you know.
some fish the other day, and I've had an aquarium. It's awesome. So salute.
Well, that's fine, buddy. We're gonna take a look at this. just make sure we're there. But if you can get in there and see, if you can see, it's just starting to brown on the top, but not quite the crustiness. When it starts to boil up and get the cheese up to the surface and over the side where it burns, nice crisp edge of cheese. I'm going to look at the final situation. Could you grab me those 2 hot pads?
We're getting the final product.
Yeah, this is the real deal. This one has to be brought out. Be stupid about it. The meatballs over here. Would you mind opening that? Now look at this. Now that is onion soup gratinee. Beautiful thing right there. Look at her. She's dancing for you. She's dancing for you, huh? Right? That's a beautiful thing right there.
Now this is what we have, folks. This is the end product of our episode tonight.
This is it.
Onion Soup Gratinee.
Do not.
Brought to you by Johnny himself.
Do not touch that for a half an hour.
At least a half an hour.
Or you will be,
Severely punished.
severely punished.
Now this is the creme de la creme of the onion soup gratinee.
Can you see this? But there it is. So, just do this. You're gonna have a big spoon in each one. And help cool it off too. There she be. First to partake would be Mr. Perella.
All right, so in order to acquiesce our onion soup gratinee, you got to get a couple pot holders because this bowl is still piping hot. So here we go. With this, we have a large spoon. We've got a big piping hot piece of crouton on the top of this soup. So what we're gonna do is just press it down gently. Get it soaking in. And while you're pressing down on that, you're just really anticipating, you're smelling the flavors of what's been cooked, and you're feeling as that piece of crouton liquesces into a molten piece of bread, really letting the heat get to this piece of crouton. So as we're doing this, I like to think of my grandmother and how she used to take so long in preparing this dish. Hours just simmering the onions in the right way. And so we finally have a piece of the crouton with a little bit of the onion sauce.
Should be the right temperature now.
It's still a little hot. Absolutely amazing. The amount of flavor just in the broth itself. The onions lend a good amount of flavor to the broth, and the crouton itself sucks it all in and makes it really special. A really hearty meal on a nice cold New England day like today. That's a perfect spoonful. You got the crouton, you got the onion, all that glorious sauce casing it together. Magnifique.
And it works out just fine. Look at that. Huh?
I'm trying to catch a fish, and Johnny's trying to tell you about the onions.
This is the local worldwide pickled egg disaster of 2017, and I just want to take you along for the ride. Bring me to the eggs, Dad. I need to see these bad Jameses. Mikey's fucking balls deep in them. 5-pound fish right now.
Oh, I
Alright.
lost him. God damn
Please,
it.
lost him anyway.
Please escort me to the egg, sir.
Way more important than that fish he lost. They'd be in the backside of the goddamn refrigerator.
Now, you say these are 2 years old?
Indeed, with beets.
With beets. Now, how are you going to tell the difference between the eggs and the beets?
I don't know. Can't even tell if there's eggs in there anymore. Looks like
Scared-
there's 2.
Scared to death of it, dude.
But it says lobster broth 4/15/14. The
Oh.
year night
That is disgusting. There's no
2014.
way either of you were eating any of that.
2014.
Look at that. That is so
Hey,
scary.
you've seen worse shit sitting on a bar room.
I'm going to puke when you
Bar.
guys eat one of those.
Look how many things have been crossed out on this. Clam, lobster. This is my broth thing. This thing's eternal.
Are you going to eat one or what's up?
Well, we're gonna have to smell it first.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You first. Mikey.
No, that wasn't the deal. You have to smell it first. Do not dive into that. This is a dangerous proposition. Smell it first.
You got...
Yeah, that's a beet, though.
That's a golden beet, though, right?
No, it was red years ago.
No. You can't tell whether or not he likes it.
You scared? I'd be scared.
Dad's turn.
That's the problem.
Eat a beet. Tell me what you think because I could stomach it.
Well, that's an egg.
Eat a beet. So you eat a beet. Oh, you
Wasn't-
fucked it.
No, not necessarily. That's a work of art right now. Survey says.
Too much.
How much?
A lot.
Dad's turn. Dad literally said if you did it, you did. What?
You didn't eat one.
Yeah, you did.
No, he had a piece of wood.
Dude, that was like 5/8 to 3/4 of an egg.
He's qualified. He needs the other half.
Dude, he ate a beet and an egg.
Sorry, he's a pussy, and I'm alright with that because I ate some of that weird shit.
Rude.
No, it's all you, man. I want to see you eat an egg.
I'm not eating that.
Dude, I ate some of that. Whatever, dude. Let's just go back to catching my fish.
That's fucking disgusting.